What's up? So apparently the new Ahsoka trailer is out today. I'm gonna go ahead and react to the trailer. I have not watched it. Let's go ahead and click play, and then I'll give you my thoughts after that, after watching the trailer.
War is inevitable. One must destroy in order to create. We are no Jedi.
I started hearing whispers of Thrawn's return as heir to the Empire.
What happens when we find Thrawn?
Power, such as you've never dreamed.
I've spent most of my life fighting a war. That's why I'm trying to convince you to help me prevent another one. You and I both know who could help you with this.
She's still just as stubborn as ever.
I bet your master found you difficult at times.
Anakin never got to finish my training. I walked away from him, just like I walked away from Sabine.
You never made things easy for me, Master.
As a Jedi, sometimes you have to make the decision no one else can. But I'm counting on you to see this through.
Nice haircut. Sometimes we have to do what's right, regardless of our personal feelings.
Buckle up.
If we don't stop Thrawn, everything will be in vain. You have no power.
Anakin spoke highly of you.
I'm not here to discuss my past.
We have a lot of work to do.
Once a rebel, always a rebel.
Helicopter lightsaber. Well, there you go. Let me mute that so we can watch a little bit more of it. Let me try to find a nice spot to stop right there. Well, how about we just stop where Thrawn shows up, because that's what everybody's been waiting for. Everybody's been waiting for this moment with Thrawn. There he is. There's Thrawn. There's the actor. I forget his name again. He's the brother of Mads Mikkelsen. And that's him right there. He actually did the voice for Thrawn in the Rebels cartoon. This basically looks like Rebels. I think they went to 3 seasons. Rebels season 4. You have basically Ahsoka and Sabine and Heir going after looking for Ezra. And Ezra took that ship into hyperspace. Spoiler warning, haven't seen Rebels, with Thrawn on that ship with him, and they went into the unknown regions. And I guess you have these Force users here that are not Sith, not Jedi, and they're just handing out some justice. Production-wise value, it looks really good. I mean, it looks like they really put some money into this. It looks better than like some of the stuff in Book of Boba Fett and even Mandalorian season 3. But let's face it, nice visuals and a good production value here in this show are not going to save the show. From what we've seen with Andor, Kenobi, the Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian season 3, the writing has been really bad characters. A lot of it doesn't even feel like Star Wars, and it all goes back to the sequel trilogy. Like Disney Star Wars has many losses. It's really bad. So that's why I'm very skeptical about what I'm seeing in this trailer and about this show when it premieres. Before I continue, I just wanted to add one little detail here. This right here is the real Heir to the Empire. Dave Filoni, what he's trying to do this show is like rewrite Heir to the Empire, this original expanded universe novel that started the whole expansion of the EU back in the early 90s. So this right here has Han, Luke, and Leia, Mara Jade, Joris Sabayoth and Thrawn. This is the real story. These are the real characters, not Ahsoka taking over or anything like that, or Filoni putting member berries and saying, hey guys, you guys remember Heir to the Empire? Yeah, that was great. We canceled it, but hey, we're gonna bring you some characters and a similar storyline here in my own version with Ahsoka, not really Luke Skywalker, with my characters that I created for Rebels. Screw that. It has big shoes to fill with this story, this incredible, awesome story in this EU novel. So we'll see what happens. I'm very skeptical. Let's continue on with my thoughts on the trailer. Hera, what's it called? Ahsoka and Sabine were the leftover characters from the end, the season finale of Rebels, the series finale of Rebels. So it's like this kind of natural girl boss thing happening. I'm all for great female characters, of course. Out of those three, I think the most interesting one was Hera. Ahsoka for me stopped being interesting after Clone Wars season 5 when they try to make her this sane and Filoni antagonized the Jedi in that season, which is in my opinion just total BS. The heroes of the galaxy, the heroes of this saga are antagonized by this guy that's supposed to be following after George Lucas. George Lucas never insinuated in the prequels that the Jedi were antagonists or they were the ones that were wrong for everything. It was just Palpatine, who was very patient and had a great plan and just pulled the carpet under them. Their only flaw, if anything, was that they were a little bit just too complacent and they didn't search enough for the Sith when they needed to, but their ideals and their values are in the right place. Their heart is in the right place. They were trying to protect the Republic and they were in their service for the Republic. Going back to Filoni, Filoni is really the problem right now, one of the problems right now, and we know that Filoni has spoken for Kathleen Kennedy and he's spoken for this feminism stuff, feminism crap, and he has just looked wrong. He doesn't, and he has sounded like he doesn't care about the fandom or the Star Wars franchise. He cares about making Rey, Ahsoka into the take over all these established legacy characters like Han, Luke, and Leia and everything. Obi-Wan. Filoni. I personally don't trust Filoni. We're gonna see how this show is going to be. What this trailer shows, doesn't really show much for me to get too excited. It just shows what we always assume was going to happen after the series finale for Rebels, that they were going to find Ezra, they're going to find Thrawn, and I guess we're going to find out what Thrawn's intentions are now with the galaxy. And then I don't know, they're adding into the mix these dark side force users, because that's basically what they are. They're using the dark side right there against their enemies. They're not exactly good guys. If they ever like use the term in this show as like gray Jedi, and there are people out there that believe in gray Jedi, that's a bunch of baloney. There's no such thing as gray Jedi. The Jedi are good and they stand for virtues and values. And you stop being a Jedi once you start meddling with the dark side. Once you start meddling with the dark side as a Jedi, you stop being a Jedi and you're just a random Force user that doesn't know where to go, either Sith or Jedi. And you have all the right to call yourself whatever else, but definitely not a Jedi and definitely not a Sith. So if they keep it that way with these new Force users there and they're just a new sect, there's something new, different, that could work as long as there's some good character development and good story there to tell. But if they start using the gray Jedi thing, then I'm gonna disavow this thing, as I've disavowed like 99% of all of Disney Star Wars as real Star Wars. So we'll see how this is. What would be nice if they do this right is if that they stay true to George Lucas's Star Wars mythos and Star Wars galaxy, like the way it really works in his world, because that's the real Star Wars. Usually when they try to change it to try to be better than George Lucas or older Star Wars, they do it with disrespect. They do it like just in a meaningful, spirited way, like Rian Johnson did, J.J. Abrams did, and so forth. And a couple of other filmmakers have tried to do it in the way they also did some stuff in the shows. Like Tony Gilroy did in Andor, where he kind of did like this sci-fi thriller that didn't feel like Star Wars, and he had very little aliens and very little feel and look and even storylines with Star Wars. So if this could be succeed if Filoni plays his cards right and he really does like a good homage to good Star Wars, but he tells a new story, and he keeps it exciting and fun, because exciting and fun wasn't really there with The Mandalorian season 3. It wasn't there with Andor. It definitely wasn't there in Kenobi. So hopefully it's a good story. So that's gonna be just my reaction to this. I could go through the trailer and look at all the images and tell you what I think. Whoa. But I think I already summarized what I think and feel about this trailer and about the Star Wars franchise. There's a lot of interesting visuals here and all that stuff to dissect and just kind of wonder about. This is probably the worst thing about this, the helicopter lightsabers. That's a Filoni thing, and that, in my opinion, is just a bad design. Like, that's something that Disney Star Wars has basically just failed at too. They have failed to make the lightsabers special, a powerful image on the screen, and they've done like this cartoonish type of thing. So he's bringing in his cartoons here in the show. That already is a red flag, that helicopter lightsaber right there. That's going to do it for the video. Thank you again for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about the new Ahsoka trailer, and if you think this show is going to be any good or bad, especially with Disney Star Wars' track record. In the meantime, I'll see you guys next time, and may the Force be with you.